After the incident with Momochi Sandayu's mistress, he's got some nerve.
From what I heard.
What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkstrider, and for many of you, the current Project Mnemosyne is at an end. You've completed everything, you've got Yasuke's full gear, and we're just waiting for a new project or more to do, or you're continuing on your journey of New Game Plus. That is one outcome. The other thing that I am more interested in, that a lot of people are not really seeing, is what's going on behind the scenes in present day with the real life Project Mnemosyne. Real life, not, IRL. I'm talking like in the game. So, in case you were wondering, Project Mnemosyne is actually the name of a current Abstergo mission going on. We don't know what's going on with the current day as far as why this is so prevalent. We don't see anything to do with any present day characters. Basim, Sean, Rebecca, William Miles, they're all on the back burner. And right now, for some reason, it's all about Kei Ortiz and Junko Maeda. And there is a bunch of data that you unlock as you're doing these projects that tell more of the present day story. And I mean, it might not be important, but to me, there's a lot of stuff going on. So one of the things that I'm concerned with, I want to know, how is this all relating to Assassin's Creed Shadows? Like, in all honesty, why are we here? Why are we in this time period? They don't really tell you. Of course, there are assassins and Templars, and the assassins are looking to recover a box. But what is it all about? Normally, when we play these games, we have a present-day character that explains we have to go back to this time period to find this artifact or to find these clues in order to battle the Templars, or to get to the artifact before the Templars get there. There's a bunch of different things that they do. This game, for some reason, is not following that formula. We just jumped right into the action. Yet, we do have various instances where we're dealing with an AI. For example, all those little rips, the rifts in the Animus, those are clues. When you go through them, you hear this computer voice talking about somebody, something, what's going on, who's trying to prevent you from doing something. The most recent thing that we had, and I'll put a link in the description below to, the video showing what it is and what I'm talking about. They say something about you've unlocked the eagle. You've unlocked something. So what is all this? What does it all mean? Well, again, I'll put a link in my description below to my primary Project Mnemosyne video. But it seems that there are two doctors, Kei Ortiz and his associate, Miss Junko Maeda, and they are working for Abstergo. They are scientists, they are doctors. They are trying to understand an AI that was created. Now, the AI seems to be taking on a life of its own, as AIs do. There are literally a bunch of movies about why that's a bad idea, and yet in real life we have Grok and other AIs that we're, feeding information to. But I digress. It seems that this time around, Kei is actually worried about Junko's rebelliousness. Her actions can affect his work and his status. And he'd have reported her, but for some reason he's feeling like she's doing the right thing. They take these 10-minute jaunts into the Animus, and he himself has tried to experiment a little bit, because Junko's experiments are showing that Abstergo is using this Animus and this AI for evil. He tried a couple of experiments. He's worried that she might be right. She's obsessed with Silo 556-72, calling the AI a she and saying she is predicting the outcome of details of someone else entirely. Junko actually gave her own information into the Animus, into this AI, and the AI is almost rewriting the details of her life, anticipating psychological reaction and trauma, rewriting the past to combat negative neurological effects. So basically, she's been giving this AI info. The AI is taking that info, seeing where it affects her, what harm it's done to her. And it's rewriting events in her own mind as if it never happened. If you read these transcripts that we unlock by doing the projects, Junko actually says that the thing was telling her, giving her orders on how to save her mother's life with chemicals and stuff that Abstergo has actually produced. So just imagine that, let's say a non-curable disease, let's say cancer right now, or AIDS, which was really huge back in the 80s, early 90s. Somebody is affected by these things, and you wake up one day and you just know how to cure it. You just know how to save a loved one's life. That is what this AI is doing. Now, you may say that's great and all, but this is Abstergo that is using this AI. What are they using it for? That's the question. So while all this is going on, Overseer Lothian, who works for Abstergo, is giving his concerns to Director Ospinov and saying that, he's keeping track of Maida and Ortiz. He's looking into what they're doing. He can't really find a disciplinary action against them because nothing that they're doing is actually against terms of service. There are some things that they're doing that are questionable, such as Maida putting her information into the AI and trying to see where that leads or how it quote unquote fixes her. But he really can't nail them on anything. It's not like they told him not to do it. And Director Ospinov, he cautions Lothian, just continue the surveillance and let especially Maida do her thing, because these experiments that they conduct in what they believe is silence, like Maida and Ortiz, they may be conducting these experiments and they may think nobody's watching, but of course Abstergo, it's Abstergo, they're smart, they're watching. And it's actually giving invaluable data to Abstergo, everything that they're doing. But Junko is really upset, and she's asking for access to logs because she believes that they are using the AI in order to actually rewrite people's memories. Could you imagine? And this is something that's always been a conspiracy, and you know how much I love conspiracy theories. I do game conspiracy theories on these games when I find something worthy of a conspiracy theory. But could you imagine that you wake up one morning and instead of having a normal bagel toasted with cream cheese, you have like an everything bagel. You have strawberry cream cheese for your bagel. Of course, that's not me. I'm not describing me. I'm a different breed. But imagine that's your thing. You have that every morning with a cup of coffee. Light and sweet. Okay? This has been your meal during the weekdays, every day since college, let's say. And it doesn't matter if you go to Dunkin' Donuts, you go to Starbucks, you do it at home. This has been your meal every day, Monday through Friday. Weekends, you have something totally different. I don't care. It might be pancakes. It's whatever. Who cares? This is just an example. But you do that. And then out of the blue, out of nowhere, you're like, why am I eating this everything bagel with strawberry cream cheese? This is disgusting. I don't like this. You know what I want? I want a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle from McDonald's. And that's what I'm going to do from now on. Do you think that that would be weird? I mean, it's one thing to have a craving. Everybody has cravings. But just imagine out of nowhere, something that you loved, something that other people remember you loving, all of a sudden you don't. All of a sudden you're doing something entirely different. And it might not be a massive change like that. It might be slow. You might wake up and say, you know what? I'm kind of in the mood for something else, but I don't know what. Then a week goes by and you're like, you know what? I kind of want to try this. And then you go and do it. And then you change it up. What if that wasn't you? What if every time you watched a TV commercial, you went online in VR, you played Assassin's Creed Shadows, you listened to a podcast, you listened to what I'm saying in this video right now, and all of a sudden, your perspective isn't changed, your tastes are changed. And it isn't because I'm convincing you or somebody's convincing you. It's just something subliminally in the back of your mind making you want to make this change. That's what's going on with this AI. This AI is altering people. It's rewriting memories. It's rewriting your personality. And that is what Meta is fearful of. The AI seems to be dishing out orders, possibly overtaking other machines in order to rule them. Could you imagine if it forces banking info or the stock market to react a certain way? Kay even feels certain memories of his are being rewritten when it comes to his past, his wife, his family, what he remembers. And that is what those other fragments, that data encrypted, or those data encryptions that were in the project are stating. So now, knowing that, what do you guys think? I think that that's kind of scary. And in all honesty, there has been a bunch of different conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories are not, they didn't just happen in the 2000s. They've always been. Ozzy Osbourne died recently. May he rest in peace. He was accused of putting subliminal messages in his songs to worship the devil and things like that. There were theories that if you play certain records on vinyl and you put them backwards, it would give a different message. It would say something crazy. And that as you're listening to it as it's going forward, that subliminal message is reprogramming your brain. There have been studies and stories and theories and conspiracies about this, since I can remember. And now we're seeing in this game it happening with an AI. And you know what? It's possible. It's possible. Have you been on Twitter lately? Or X? Have you been there? How many times does somebody post something and then somebody comments right underneath it, Grok, is this true? And most recently, Grok had a Nazi meltdown where he was saying some really crazy things, or it was saying some really crazy things. And, you know, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. What if, Grok is telling people certain things and they just believe that information at face value? I kind of feel like we don't go and do our own research, or the research that we do, if COVID taught us anything, was that people just talk to other people and say, yeah, man, I heard this was going on. Well, I'm not going to get the shot. Or, oh, I'm just going to lock myself in a bubble and wait till this is all over. There were like a lot of things going back and forth. And you know what? Do your own research. Find out like what's true and what's not. Find out what's going on with the shot. I'm not telling you run out and get it. I'm just saying this is what people were doing. There was a lot of misinformation going around. A lot of people were deleted from our timeline. And, it's not because they listened or they didn't listen. It's all about the precautions that they took or didn't take. Like me personally, I wore the mask. I didn't believe the mask was going to like absolutely save me. I wanted to follow guidelines. That's all I did. But for the most part, I definitely stayed away from large crowds. I made sure that, where I was going was only if necessary. And it wasn't, I didn't care. I cared about everybody else, which is part of why at the end of the videos, I always tell you, be good, take care of each other, stay safe. That's where that started, was in COVID. I wanted to make sure that I was okay, my loved ones were okay, and anybody I came into contact was okay. Now, imagine all of the craziness that happened there. And this isn't the only time that we've seen something like that. When AIDS was full blown, when it was like going out of control, there were a lot of people that had a lot of misinformation there as well. And there was no internet. All we had was the news or word of mouth. So, as some of you may know, HIV and AIDS, you can't spread it by, high-fiving somebody or something like that, which was one of the fears. People were like, don't touch anybody. Don't look at somebody who has it. Don't, And I mean, that sounds crazy now, but that's what it was. That's what it was. So now this AI can reprogram you to believe or not believe those things. It can give you information, it could give you misinformation, but the thing is that you will absolutely believe it. And that's kind of scary. It's scary what they're doing with this AI. It's even scarier that we don't know what happened to Bassem, Rebecca, Sean, or Will. I'd like to know what happened to them, but this is where we're at with this Project Mnemosyne. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is just crazy? Are you interested in what's going on? Are you not interested? Is this thing important to you? Do you care about present day? Or are you okay just to go into Japan and jump around and, murder people and whatever else you got to do? Let me know in the comments below, what are your feelings? If you're interested in learning more, can you not wait until we get the next project? And if we get the next project, are you looking more forward to unlocking more gear, or unlocking more gear, finding more about like this Project Mnemosyne? Let me know your thoughts. I mean, some people aren't even interested in this. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, that's all I've got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.
Ya Yi!